First and foremost, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, up at 4:36 in the a.m., all 200,000 listeners.
You got 200,000 listeners?
100,000 watch, 200,000 listeners.
Oh, wow. Congratulations, Mr. Vic.
I mean, I'm trying to, it's really more than I want.
Yeah.
I like them when you have like 10 listeners.
Oh, nah.
When I knew all the listeners that called by name,
yeah.
text me, it done got uncontrollable now.
That's what you want.
I want to check.
Okay, well, you got the Dr. Dre headphones.
I stole these. Oh. And the listener is probably listening.
That he stole them from.
That I stole them from. He left them in my car.
Oh, man.
And he can't beat me up.
Are you
That's
sure?
just how it goes. So, big shouts out to, them Chrome boys. Oh, I'm sorry. Kizzy Rock.
What's happening?
One of my favorite, I'm not just saying this because you're here. One of my favorite A-Town. Is it okay for me to call you a legend?
Hey, I ain't got used to it now. At first, I wasn't really feeling it because I'm like, a legend? I mean, James Brown, and that's legends. I mean, I'm feeling like we still, we ain't at that status yet, but they calling it living legend, so I'm running with it.
Well, if you're a legend in your own lane.
Well, yeah.
Everybody has their own lane.
Right. So, I take it as a compliment now. At first it made me feel like a statue or something, but now, it's a compliment. So
but that's the statue dance.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so if they did, exhume a statue of you, would you want to be in that pose?
I can't do the hold the wall though.
Or would you want to be behind some turntables?
Turntables, always controlling the party, always.
All right, let's take them back, Kizzy.
Let's go.
First and foremost, where is DJ Kizzy Rock from?
DJ Kizzy Rock is from Decatur, the east side.
East side Decatur.
East side Decatur. Gresham Park.
When did Kizzy Rock jump off in this hip-hop game?
Kizzy Rock jumped in the game about 93 with this group called the A-Town Players. But like early 90s, I was just a DJ for LJ.
Kizzy, we gotta go back.
We gotta go back?
Kizzy, when I first heard of Kizzy Rock with them J-Team tapes.
And that was 91.
Let's talk about that.
Okay, that was the springboard. That's what got it started.
If you, right now, you finna get some A-Town history, and if you from the A-Town and you know about anything I'm talking about, 445238989 is the magical number. Who were the members of the J-Team?
Okay.
And what was the J-Team?
Okay, the J-Team, okay, let's take it back. A guy named Edward J had a record store. Now, in this record store, he sold mixtapes, and he had DJs that made the mixtapes. And at this time, it was very few. It was no crews out really with the publicity that Edward J had. So being on the J-Team was like real major. So at that time, before I got there, it was DJ Lynn and Lazy Rock. They had a group called Success and Effect with Roll It Up. Then you had MC Shy D. He was also a J-Team member. You had Joe for Show. You had DJ Man. And you had Lady DJ. So after that, we third generation J-Team, which was me, my partner, DJ Smurf, which is your partner also. We call him now Mr. Collie Park. And that's when I started. That was the J-Team. That's when we started, like 93.
What introduced Kizzy Rock to the turntable?
Well, first I was trying to do the rap thing. You know how everybody was in school rapping and stuff. When Atlanta thought they was New York. Remember that, Vic? When Atlanta thought they was New York.
Now New Yorkers just done moved here.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I was rapping. I was with these two twins, man. We all went to Lakeside, Derek and Dwayne, and we was practicing. They had turntables over there. And we used to practice just trying to get this DJing thing together. And then I really got an interest for it, and I asked my mom to get me some, and she basically got all my Radio Shack equipment. If you didn't start off on Radio Shack, you are not a real DJ. All these new, y'all got it so good now, man, but you had to start off with the realistic mixer, man. Where you take your thumbs up trying to transform with that little button at the top.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started right there.
So was your mom supportive of your dream? Was she?
She was.
Good.
She was. My mom's passed now. But she was. She was very supportive. She got me everything I needed.
Wow. Most moms be like, boy, go get a job. And quit messing with that music stuff.
I was the only child.
Ah.
Were you Kizzy?
I was the only child.
So, when did you realize during those Edward J-Team days
That I need to go to the next level?
No, that you had it? Because, like, dude, you are responsible for a style that has not been mastered. Like, you created, like, Bedroom Boom.
Right, now, and see, that was...
How many babies been made off Bedroom Boom?
And that was interesting because me and my partner MC Jam, you know, we was playing the slow song, and there was this song called Posse on Broadway.
Oh, wow.
And I would take Posse on Broadway and mix it with, what was it, Regina Belle? Yeah, it was Regina Belle, some slow song she had at that time. We was like, man, this is all right here. So we just tried it, and we put it out, and man, to this day, they still on my Facebook page ask me about Pillow Bass, man, and Bedroom Boom, man. And I mean, this is like years later. Like, it's cool to say it now, I ain't offended, but it's like decades later, man.
Like, man, there's been a lot of people try to do
Tried it, yeah.
No one has mastered it like you did.
No, they can't do it because it was original.
There's a lot of us that miss that music. You know,
Right.
Because, like, you know, what's going on today is like, oh.
Right.
You know, if you're my age and, you know, you've been 29 for about 10 years.
Right, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
it's like, oh, this music is like, wow. So, yeah, there's a lot of us that miss that music.
Exactly.
So.
Has any kids ever came up to you and like, I was created off of that?
No, but a lot of moms have told me they have had their kids conceived during a Bedroom Boom and a Pillow Bass.
Wow.
I get that a lot.
Caller. What's good? Holla at him.
What's happening? Oh, well, appreciate it. Ain't no use to, man. I still do it, man. Hey, man. What they call you, DJ? What's your DJ name?
DJ Slick, man.
Okay, DJ Slick.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, man. You put it on me, but I mean, back in there with J days and all that, man. You're responsible for what I do and think.
Hey, well, appreciate that, man. That made me feel real good, man. Let me know people was really checking it out.
Slick.
Yo, man.
Slick.
What?
Hey, Slick.
What is it, man?
Have you ever told something off to a Pillow Bass?
You gonna have, man. That's all day.
Alright, Slick. Appreciate it, man. 404-523-8989 is the magic number, man. We got a real legend. My man DJ Kizzy Rock in the building. So, Kizzy, when did you decide that the J-Team tapes weren't enough? Hold on. Before I ask that question, were you part of one of the most legendary battles in the city, or had you left the J-Team when the Camp was battling the J-Team?
I was right there. Actually, it wasn't the Camp battling the J-Team. It was DJ Jelly and DJ Smurf.
Okay.
Going at it. Smurf had his
Jellyfish hunting.
Yeah, and Jelly had his yeah, that was it. But yeah, I was around, but see, we was neutral.
Okay.
We was cool with all the crews, you know.
So it was just them two.
It was just them two.
Man, how did y'all, like, when y'all made those tapes, like, even though the mixtape game now is crazy.
Yeah. And it's not really mixtape no more. It's more like what they compilation. Yeah.
But how did y'all, like, when y'all made y'all mixtapes, it was like a story was being told.
It was. Because Edward J always told us the first 15 minutes, you all need to just really give it all you got. And that was the whole concept. You know, at the beginning, have a lot of high volume scratching, cuts, mixing everything, acapellas over instrumentals, just go ham the first 15. Then you can kind of mellow it out and do what you do. But the beginning got to be off the chain.
And they were.
Then that was the chemistry.
So did y'all used to make them right in the shop?
Sometimes we did, and sometimes we made them at our homes. Like Smurf would make them at his mom's basement. I would make them at my mom's basement. Because back then we called my mom's basement the place of bass. And it's like
Place of bass.
Place of bass. And everybody would be over there. We would just be having a, good old time making one of them tapes, man.
So were they 1 takes, 2 takes, 4 tracks? How were y'all
Oh,
recording?
nah, back then, man, it was 1 take, man. You messed up, you had to start all over, man. Because you couldn't record over. You know how it sounded with a cassette when you recorded over. It might be a little muffled, then it'd get loud. You didn't want all that.
Right.
So, yeah, you had to just start over, man.
So do you have any of those old tapes?
Actually, I don't, man, and that's
You have
something
not
that I
one.
know. Believe me, I get crushed all the time about that, but I don't have not one.
Wow.
But MC Jam does, and when we was doing the '90s parties last year at Mingles, we had remastered them, and we were selling them, and they did, they doing good. We just really can't keep up with the demand, really.
Right. So y'all put them on CD?
Yeah, we put them on CD and put them out there.
Can I put them on cassette and sell them? I'm gonna sell them on Surtrons.
Oh my God.
On cassette?
On cassette.
On Surtrons.
On Surtrons.
The blue ones and the orange ones.
That's right. She's still at radio show.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
You cats at the Surtrons.
Call it.
What's up, D?
What's happening? Edward J is preaching now.
Wow.
He's down in Fayetteville. But I had him to one of my events though, and he came out. You can check the footage out on my Facebook page. But yeah, he came out. But yeah, he's really ministering right now.
Hey, what'd you say?
I think so. Because Atlanta was like a melting pot, and we kind of had everybody from everywhere. We had all kind of styles. Because while bass music was big, Outkast had their little thing going too, and then it was Goody Mob, Arrested Development. It was like all kind of flavors was coming out of Atlanta.
Right.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Had it all. Had it all. Even if you talk about the clubs, you could go to one side of town and you wouldn't even know you was in Atlanta. And then you could go to another side of town and you definitely knew you was in Atlanta. Silver Fox, 731.
Nikki's.
Magic City, yeah. Oh, Nikki's.
Nikki's, wow.
Nikki's.
Now I'm gonna go back further. The Purple Onion.
Oh. Oh. You knew you was in Atlanta at Montrose. See, now I missed the Purple Onion, but I did catch the Nikki days.
Oh,
I missed Charles. I missed Charles Disco, and I missed the Purple Onion. But my first club was Excess. That was the first club I came in the game DJing. Straight off the J team into the club. Y'all set me up, man. Y'all set me up on that.
No, you gotta be honest.
Smurf, is this Punk Smurf somewhere back there?
No.
Okay.
Jump out.
Yeah, I think Smurf is trying some new things right now. Smurf has always been an innovator. He's an opportunist. He's always looking for the next thing, the next sound. So, Right, the new artists. Well, I feel like they done stepped away from the party. Whoever controls the dance floor controls the party. And, the party had left the dance floor. It was about, being cool on the side, in the back, rolling up your whatever and just doing your thing. But it was the party gone.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Caller. What up?
Hey.
What's up, why? Counting Road, Club Illusions, 731. Oh, wow. Yeah,
Wow.
jelly beans, yes. I was a Golden Glide cat, but I know about jelly beans. You had the big box that we used to sit in the middle of the car, you know, with all the cassettes in it and stuff. Then you could flip it over and unzip the other side.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that LL Cool J radio. Oh, man.
Oh,
Okay, with the one speaker in the middle.
so you still ain't
Wow.
never, you still ain't heard what a pillow bass is supposed to sound like then, hey?
Oh, no. Right. Wow, the gold mine.
Wow. Did you say turtles?
Hey, man, that man know the
Wow.
history right there. That's a real Atlanta cat.
Bro, you sound like you about 100 years old. Okay.
Time just done moved, Vic. Time just done flew so fast. Parking lot pimping. It was. Yeah.
Whatever. Go take care of that baby. I don't even want to hear that mess. Bye.
Appreciate it.
All right, Kizzy. Now, J-Team on and popping.
J-Team on the pop.
When did you decide it was time to get back on the mic?
The truth,
Yep.
when Smurf got on the road with Shy-D, and I was still left in the nest over there on the J-Team nest. And I was like, okay, Lazy Rock and Lynn got a big record out, they stars. Smurf, my homeboy, he done left, he on the road with Shy-D. And we still here just making tapes, man. Something gotta change. So I put a group together. I put DJ Bonet and Player Poncho. A-Town Players.
Wow.
Came up with the whoop there it is that everybody stole from us, and we didn't really get no credit for it. But you know, it's all good. Everybody know where it really came from. But that's what made me start the group up, man. I went to every dope dealer in Decatur trying to get them to finance the group, man, because you know. And you know, a couple of them came on in. Oh, as now we call them investors. Yeah, investors.
Silent,
Yeah. When found some silent investors. Yeah, exactly. And
what made you pick Bonet and Poncho?
well, me and Bonet was working together at Kmart Warehouse, loading trucks. We was loading trucks at Kmart Warehouse on Old Dixie.
Wow.
And Player Poncho was working, he gonna be mad if I tell this, but he used to sweep hair at the barbershop next door to the J Shop.
Okay.
Now you gotta remember that Poncho was really young then.
Yeah, he was
really young. And Edward J was crazy about Poncho because when anybody came in the J Shop and said they wanted a tape, Poncho knew every song on, because you know one playlist back then.
Right.
You didn't know what was on it. You bought it, $13.50. That's what it is.
For the nifty 13?
Nifty $13.50 or a 10, my friend.
Yep.
That was it. So and at the time, Poncho and Lady DJ had a little feuding underground thing going on, and me and Lady DJ, we was cool, but just to get on her nerves, I would let Poncho talk on all the J tapes all the time. That drove her crazy. So I put that group together, and it was me, Poncho, and Bonet, and then we ended up getting a deal with, well, we first started off with Twin Production, then we ended up getting a deal with Belmar. But I always think that was something shady. Yeah, but some was shady now because they had tag team already, and they had the Whoop Daddy as record, and then they signed us, but tag team the one that got to do the Arsenio Hall show.
Right.
They sent us to Hollywood. Now we in California doing it big hotel. We on the street with all the little famous footprints and stuff, but we not in the big shows though. So I always felt like maybe they just signed us to shelf us, you know.
Right. To basically corner the market.
Yeah, because we had a buzz in Atlanta that was crazy. Because we was working at Excess, and that was the hottest club at the time. We opened up for every group came through. Jeff Actor, who owned Club Excess, sponsored the Luke tour, and we opened up for Luke all around the world. So we was out there.
Right.
But I just feel like we was shelved.
I think, and the funny thing, y'all had the street
On lock.
Whoop Daddy is.
Yeah.
They had the commercial pop
Exactly.
Whoop Daddy is.
Exactly. And then 95 South had one coming out of Florida.
Yeah, that didn't go past 95.
Right, is that right.
But yeah, so after that record, but y'all came back with other records.
Yeah, but Belmont never pushed. They never pushed any of them no more. That was the only single they pushed, and I just I kind of got tired of the situation. So that's when I broke solo and hooked up with X and Spearhead X, and X got me a situation at Tommy Boy.
Hold on, let me now for all my backpackers and you know people part of the I hate you. Just because I don't have another word, the backpack community or the conscious community, whatever. Everybody knows Spearhead X, and they might not know that he was working with Kizzy Rock back then.
That's right.
He went on to work with Y'all So Stupid and a
yeah.
lot of the more, as they would call it, lyrical groups.
Right, because that's what X really is. You know, X was experimenting. X is from Decatur, but X vibe was more hip-hop, New York. Because when I got signed to Tommy Boy, we went to New York. X knew everybody. We in Diamond D house, Kid Capri's house, everywhere. We all in the tunnel. Did you ever go to the tunnel?
No.
Man, that was the first time that, you know, the bathroom, the guys and the girls used the same bathroom in the tunnel.
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
that's real wild. First time I ever saw something like that.
In the club.
In the club. Guys and girls, same bathroom. So, but you know, X is like, he ain't a skateboarder, but you know what the vibe was. But he was experimenting with my project.
So how did y'all hook up? How did you hook up with X?
Funky Daryl James. I don't know if you know Funky Daryl
I know
James.
Funky Daryl James.
That's back when he was a bartender.
A lot of people don't know that. He started as a bartender.
He had the funky punch. You drank one glass of that, you in there. But yeah, now he's a Coalition DJ. Big shot to Coalition DJs. But yeah, that's how I hooked up with X with Funky. Funky set that up.
So, were you like nervous? I mean, were you worried about y'all styles clashing, or you knew y'all was gonna make some big stuff?
Me and X.
Yeah.
Man, it was a good chemistry. Me and X put out some good records together. Cause X had all the equipment. He knew all the sounds. He knew bass. He just didn't do bass, but he knew bass and he liked the bass. So he from Decatur.
Right.
You know, so you can't be from Decatur and not know about bass.
So, because you were one of the first artists out of Atlanta signed to Tommy Boy.
Right. That was huge, man. That was huge.
And you had 2 singles at Tommy Boy, right?
2 singles at Tommy Boy, and they wouldn't give me an album deal because they were not really sure about bass music.
Right.
That wasn't really their thing. And I'm like, y'all put Planet Rock out. But Tom Silverman wasn't really hands-on with the label like that no more.
Right.
He was just flying in and out of town from the country clubs or whatever, you know.
What were the 2 records you done at Tommy Boy?
Yeah, Shawty, yeah.
Yeah, Shawty.
At which had the crazy video, which you can also see on my Facebook page. And Bounce It, y'all.
Okay, and that was you and X.
That was me and X.
So after the 2 singles at Tommy Boy, what was next for Kizzy Rock?
Next, we made a move. We packed up our bags like the Beverly Hillbillies, and we went to Itchabon. Because at the time, Itchabon was the label you could go to hit a lick right quick. So we put an album deal out with Itchabon.
And that album was?
Can't Stop the Rock, which had the single Can't Stop the Rock, which they still play to this day. Till this day. And still in the club and everything.
Now, if there was always... Everybody can hit a lick at Itchabon, but they also said Itchabon was hitting licks.
They were hitting licks because Itchabon had a situation where they had an overseas operation that you didn't really know about. And your record sales would probably be doing real good over there, but you didn't know about it.
So how long were you at Itchabon?
I just did that one album over there.
And then you packed the bag.
Packed my bags again, and I did my own thing. I started my label, Perfect Beat Entertainment, and I went and Smurf was start. So see, Smurf the one got me to do it because at the time, me and X departed, him and Shy D departed, and we was like, okay, we're gonna start our own labels and do this. So we got incorporated same day, same thing, everything. So I started.
Color Part Music, he done Perfect Beat.
Exactly. So I started Perfect Beat Entertainment, and I put out an album called. Well, before that, I was supposed to do a deal with Leroy McMath at Power Records, but that didn't go down. So then I'm like, bump it. I'm just gonna put it out myself. So I did. I got a national distribution deal with Mike Walker over there at
Southern Music Distribution.
Exactly, and had him put out the album Grand Champion for me. Well, distribute the album.
I gotta ask, because that was a classic album.
Classic album.
Was that your dog on the cover?
That was my dog. That's Pip. That's Pip.
You still got Pip?
I still got Pip. Pip hanging around. Pip triple OG now, but he's still around.
Wow. Wow. That's, you know what? I'm gonna play a couple records.
Okay.
From back then.
Okay.
And we're gonna pick it up from Grand Champion.
Okay.
Alright?
Okay.
404-523-8989 is the magic number. 404-523-8989 is the magic number. We got a real legend in the building. Y'all always running around saluting. Call in and holler at my boy Kizzy Rock. We talking some real game here. A lot of y'all people don't even know none of these people we talking about. But if you don't know your history, you won't know where you go. Alright?